My name is Jessie Doyle. I am one half of the outdoor paranormal investigation team, Hellbent Holler. Along with my partner Joe, we go out into the wildest regions of southern Appalachia to investigate all manners of high strangeness, from cryptids like Bigfoot and Dogman to hauntings and even UAP experiences. Now, Joe has a background in anthropology and takes a more skeptical approach to the subject. But I have more of a paranormal background, so some of my ideas are a little out there. Together, we find a balanced and nuanced way to look at all of this phenomenon and hopefully come up with some sort of answer to what is happening to people in the woods. We take a tech-heavy and data-driven approach. Using the latest technology, we want to gather real evidence and real data so that all of these experiences can become real to everyone and not just be campfire stories. Over the years, this project has seen massive evolution on several fronts. One way in which this has evolved is how we approach this in terms of what are we asking? What are the questions we are asking? It's almost like we can't even look for answers anymore because we're constantly looking for the right questions to ask. And it seems like all of the phenomenon that we experience and investigate, it's all connected in one way, shape, or form. Another way in which this project has had to evolve is through our skill sets and the tech that we use. I had no idea a few years ago when I started this project that I would have to get search and rescue training, wilderness first aid certifications, and survival training just to be safe out in the woods doing our investigations. Our gear has evolved as well because we're constantly chasing the phenomenon with this technology. Our goal is to get solid evidence of this, but it seems that the phenomenon itself wants to evade detection, so we're constantly in pursuit of it. Finally, in addition to all of these outdoor skills, all of this tech, all of this change in philosophy and the way we think, we've actually had to get very good at documenting what we see. So Joe and I have both had to get training on how to use cameras and improve our camera game. We started out with cheap little knockoff GoPros. Our first couple of videos that we put out were done with those video cameras, and they're not great, but we started. We got it going. We were documenting what we were finding. And we have definitely upgraded our kit over the years, but this is definitely something that we're going to continue to do and get better and better at. And it's just a huge pursuit for us. It's become all-encompassing of our lives. I think right now we're at the point where we're all in. We've dedicated ourselves to this. Every moment of our lives is in pursuit of this, and we're ready for it. We're ready to go for it. In order to get an understanding of the variety of phenomena that we are experiencing in the southern Appalachian region, we want to share with you all a few case files of some of the investigations that we have done over the years. Located near the Linville Gorge area in North Carolina, Brown Mountain and its associated mysterious lights have been the subject for controversy and speculation for hundreds of years. In February of 2023, we decided to go check out these lights. Now, historically, there's a lot of theories on what is causing these lights to dance along the ridge of Brown Mountain. There is one Cherokee legend that It's the spirits of the Cherokee maidens out on the mountain looking for their slain braves. Now, there's also been a lot of theories on what these could be. In the 1800s, they thought that these lights were actually the lights from a locomotive going across the ridge, but that theory was pretty much dashed when a flood took out the train tracks and the lights continued after that. A few universities in the area have looked into it, namely App State University in Boone, North Carolina. They did a long-term study on it, but it never resulted in any significant evidence. Fast forward to February 2023, when Joe and I take Hellbent Holler straight to Brown Mountain. We went to Wiseman's View and set up our camera equipment, and it was absolutely freezing. It was below freezing. We were shaking. It was just us two up there. And we had no idea that as soon as we went up there, we would actually get a glimpse of the lights. There are people who have tried to see these lights and tried to record these lights for decades at this point and have been completely unsuccessful. But here we go, Joe and I, on a whim, run up there and we capture some of the best footage of the Brown Mountain lights ever seen.
Well, I'm catching little flashes on the, it disappeared while I was looking down.
I've got it.
Like somebody said they saw an orange orb. That's exactly what we're seeing, is it's an orange light. It looks like a ball of fire.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, here, hold on. Guys, bear with us for a second. We're gonna set this tripod up a little higher. See if we can get a better stable image from it.
There's another one over here. This is huge.
Yeah.
This is like a huge, just burning ball of light rising above the mountain. We got another one rising. Can you see that? Can you guys see that? Do you see that ball of light just rising above the mountain?
Jesse, there's 3 of
Look at them.
they're just hovering.
Look at them rising above the mountain.
Forest right now, you've got the 2 bright ones, one on top of the other. The other
They're
one,
like lined up.
the other one just dipped back down into the woods.
Look at them.
This is the faint one's moving in line with the other 2.
Yeah.
Now they're all drifting apart.
It's moving. Oh my God, it's moving.
But the top one,
Fast it's moving.
I know, the top one went really dim. This is wild.
This is beyond wild. Look at it. Just
The airplane is like, what I thought was an airplane, it looks like it's stopped.
look how it's moving. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah. If I can get the chat to go away.
All right, I've got, this is wild.
There you go. If I hold it at kind of an angle, you can really see these things just rising in the sky.
This is not what I expected. I expected ghost lights in the woods, which we saw already. This is almost like UFO-like type stuff, man. This is crazy.
You guys seeing that? I'm holding it at an angle because you can kind of see it better.
That's insanely bright.
Yeah.
That's right above the tree line.
Yep.
Right above the tree
Yep.
line.
They're just rising out of the mountain.
Look at the way that one's moving.
It's moving to the left.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Guys, this is so freaking cool. That night from Wiseman's View, we expected to see ghostly lights along the ridgeline, like so many of the stories have described in the past. But what we were treated to was an aerial ballet, a light show more akin to UAP activity. But our story of the Brown Mountain Lights didn't end there. Recently, we went back to the Overlook with Small Town Monsters' Alexander Pedikov, where we performed an experiment to try to recreate what we saw that night. and we are going to continue to do these experiments in the coming months, so stay tuned for more Brown Mountain Lights updates. Author John Keel often talked about window areas. These are places where the veil seems thinner, where they're almost portals where supernatural entities can cross from their world to ours. These areas seem to have a higher frequency of reports and experiences. One such window area that we've encountered is located in North Georgia. There we've experienced a wide variety of phenomenon and gathered a litany of evidence. Originally, we went into this North Georgia area because of several Sasquatch sightings and because of the presence of Cherokee towns. What we discovered there was a lot more than Sasquatch and a lot more sinister. In this North Georgia area, we have encountered a variety of phenomenon, from orbs to strange sounds, bluff charging from some unknown creature, and even occult activity. In the following clip, you'll hear some of the strangest audio we have ever recorded. In this clip, we have placed an audio recorder next to a very, very strange tree that seemed like it was out of place. I don't have any explanation for why I thought this would be a great place, but I guess you could say I got a vibe off of it. It was a tree in the middle of this clearing that stood out amongst the others. So we did something called drop recorders. We took a small audio recorder, set it, and put it down and left it for a few hours. When we returned, we collected it and reviewed the audio to see what may have came by when we left it there. The following is the audio that we captured with that drop recorder. That leaf is off of the recorder.
The leaf is off of that. What the hell? The leaf is nowhere around it.
In addition to discovering evidence that lends to the idea that there might be some sort of supernatural creatures in this area, we found a very natural creature in this area. A creature that seems way more dangerous than any Bigfoot or Dogman. We found evidence of human activity, namely occult activity. We found evidence of some sort of cult operating in this area right around where we were having all of these experiences, which led us to come to the conclusion that there may be a possibility that there's a connection between the activities of this cult and the presence of these creatures. We kept finding the same symbol over and over again in the woods, and they were always adjacent to the areas where we experienced strange phenomenon. Another instance that we experienced up there was a strange light in the woods that seemingly came from nowhere. We had hiked up the hill next to where we had done investigations before. It was a quiet night. There was not a lot going on. I was scanning around with my thermal and I didn't see anything. So I packed it away and we decided we were about to go and just go on home. It was a quiet night. Nothing was happening. I took a few steps and then all of a sudden to my left emerged this light in the woods, a light that had no explanation and had seemingly no source. I refer to this light as the burning light. It seems like its light was self-contained. It was not emanating light to the surrounding forest and there was no source to it. I looked at it with my thermal and it was putting off a lot of heat. It wasn't the moon, it wasn't a plane, it wasn't a drone. There was absolutely no explanation for this. Of course, me being me, I wanted to run straight to this light and see exactly what was causing this, but Joe had other plans. He's always the level-headed out of both of us, so he dragged me out of there for safety concerns, so we have no idea what this was. But there is no way that this could be a man-made light. There was no one around, and it came out of nowhere. Check out this clip of what we call a burning light, and you decide for yourselves. What is that?
What's up?
What is that?
What am I looking at?
What is that?
What is what?
Come here.
What? What is that?
What is it?
Get it on the camera. Get it on the camera. Can you get the light?
But what is it?
Can you get it?
I get it. I'm getting it. Take your flashlight from me. I'm going to it.
What is it?
I don't know. That's not the moon, is it?
No.
That can't be. You want to go to it? What is it?
I don't know. Just
Do you want to go
are you picking it up on camera?
Yes. Your headlamp's on.
Back out of here. We need to come back in the daytime. Come on.
Are you sure?
Positive. Back out.
Are you sure?
Jessica, get out of here. For once, listen to me.
Should we leave?
It might be people over there.
What?
It might be those people over here. Are you getting this?
Yes, it's a...
No,
it's just a little light. It's just a light spot on the camera. What would make that?
I have no clue.
I'm getting the thermal out. You want to take the camera for a second?
Yes, just take the thermal.
I just scanned over here. It's hot. It's hot, whatever it is.
Take this, let me see the thermal.
I'm recording. What in God's name is this? It's a burning light in the middle of the forest.
I know. It's going out.
No, it's not. Is it moving or is it dimming?
It's dimming. It's going out.
No. No, it's not. It's hot. Do you see that it's hot on the thermal? I'm recording. What is that?
Jesse, I don't know.
We're in the middle of the woods.
I know. It's going out.
What? What are we looking?
Alright, we need to get...
Our next case study is that of an area we call the Grove. Now, this is not a vast swath of forest. It's actually pretty small and near a large city. But we have received multiple reports of large, upright, aggressive creatures chasing people out of this area. So, of course, we had to go check it out. We journeyed into the Grove with the idea that this may be an instance where there's possible Sasquatch attacking people and coming after people in this area. When we got to this area, we quickly discovered that there was a lot more going on there. We saw strange lights, got insane thermal hits on our thermal cameras, and got some of the most bizarre audio we have ever captured in the form of a scream into the night. The scream is almost between human and beast. We honestly cannot place what it is, but we wanted to share some of that evidence with you and let you check it out for yourselves.
That's not creepy at all. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Did you guys hear that?
About 20 people
It's inside the bamboo grove. We're about to go into the bamboo grove. You see it? You see that eye shine? It's looking from behind the tree.
I'm not seeing her shine.
It's looking from behind the tree.
Oh, yeah. I just saw it.
It just went behind the tree.
Yes.
Oh my God. There's footprints in the mud down here.
For visual representation, that is my size 12 next to them.
Hang on, let me get my... These are little! That was so scary.
Take that so you can point it in the direction.
If I tell you to be quiet, okay, be quiet.
Just get into a spot I can stand still.
Okay.
What in the hell was that?
Shh, be quiet. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. The Grove is currently an ongoing and active investigation, and more evidence comes in every week that we go out there. So stay tuned for more updates on the Grove on our channel. Our final case study, and probably our most well-known, is the Land Between the Lakes. The Land Between the Lakes is a national recreation area that's situated in Tennessee and Kentucky. It's the nation's largest inland peninsula and is quite a strange area. Recently, Small Town Monsters came out with a documentary called Dogman Territory, chronicling all of the strange and supernatural events that have gone on in the LBL over the past few years. One of the most famous incidents that occurred in the LBL was the 1982 alleged massacre of a family of 4 that went to go camping in the National Recreation Area. They drove up in their RV and set it up. It was early on in the season. There was nobody really in the campground, so they were setting up, getting ready to enjoy their time there when they were attacked by one, and sometimes different variations of the story say 2 dogmen that eventually killed all 4 members of the family. Now, the story was reiterated to Jan Thompson, who worked at a local gas station, by 2 sheriff's deputies who had known Jan over the years. Jan wrote down this account and shared it with the world, and that story caught like wildfire on the internet. It's been a part of internet lore for years at this point, and people have speculated against, is it real? Is it not real? Is this just a flowery account? Is this a narrative? Is this the beginning of some unrealized novel? We're not sure. But there's a lot of evidence that leads to us to believe that maybe, just maybe, this actually happened. Now, there are still accounts of people being attacked and people going missing in the LBL to this day. Now, while the 1982 story seems really sensational, it certainly did to us. We didn't think there was any veracity to it. How could there be? Upright canids, this is crazy. Like, this is just beyond the pale. I believe that there's a Bigfoot. I'll accept that. But to believe that there's werewolves running around is just bonkers, right? Well, we had that opinion. There was no way, no possible way. And then all of a sudden, we started getting report after report after report of upright canids attacking people in central North Carolina. Now, I'm a big believer in synchronicities and coincidences and that they mean something. So while I was looking at this LBL phenomenon, as I was looking at this LBL incident, here I was getting all of these reports from the middle of North Carolina. So we went and checked out some of these reports, and these witnesses seemed credible. They seemed absolutely credible. So could there have been some sort of reality to this attack in the LBL? We had to go see for ourselves, of course. So we loaded up and drove 7.5 hours to the Land Between the Lakes, and that's when we did our first expedition. It was right around the summer solstice, and we were just chomping at the bit to run around the peninsula and prove if this Dogman thing was a reality or not. One of the nights that we were doing our investigations, we had one of our thermal imaging cameras with us. We had just gotten it. We had actually just gotten it the day before we left for this expedition. And we're walking around the area adjacent to the alleged massacre site when we hear a strange sound in the woods. Now, Joe and I have a procedure that we go through that whenever we hear something like that, we go back to back because it's only us 2 in the woods. We have to just look out for each other. We went back to back. I had my flashlight pointed in the direction of the sound that we heard, and he had the thermal imaging camera pointed in the opposite direction. It was in that moment that he captured probably one of the most compelling images of what we think is a Dogman ever captured. This is a thermal image that Joe captured that night. You can see that it's on black hot. So that image is showing something that is giving off an extreme amount of heat compared to the area around it, including the trees, the ground, everything. The darkness of that image means that it is giving off so much heat, indicating that this is a live creature that we're looking at. One of the most prominent features on this are those upright, pointy ears. Now, Joe has a lot of funny things he'll say. Was there a kangaroo that escaped? Is it a giant bat? That seems more outlandish to me than werewolf to me, but hey, you never know. But we didn't realize that this is absolutely what people were seeing out there until we saw witness sketches of what people have been seeing for years and years in the land between the lakes. So that leads us to believe that there is a possibility that with these images, we actually got proof of the Dogman. Following that expedition, we decided we would go back and dig deeper into these stories, dig deeper into the land between the lakes. We are back in the land between the lakes. I don't know what to say right now. Something ripped into this tent. Something ripped into this tent. This person is gone.
What is this?
What is this? Yeah. Look at this. Like a claw went in here. We are going to try a scent experiment.
How's it looking?
We are headed into the massacre site right now. We've got a tornado headed our way. Got it.
That's about the size of my foot.
Bones. There's more bones up here.
There are bones up
There's
here?
bones all over up here. Look. Look at that. We've managed to gather all of this evidence, all of this video evidence, all of this audio evidence in just a few short years by using the right equipment for the job. As we go forward, we're going to keep evolving our loadout, keep evolving our technology, keep evolving our approach. We want to get real weird with it. So we're really excited to keep pursuing the strange. And hopefully one day we'll be able to present to you all the smoking gun that proves that we're not all crazy and all of this is real. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope you have a wonderful evening and stay safe out there.